Hello, this is Mesh, and welcome to this theories video suggesting possible options for future characters in the Stranger Things TV show. So this video will contain spoilers from the TV show, crazy conspiracies, the Montauk military base, and things about MK Ultra as well. So let's just recap from the TV show. We see obvious references throughout the TV show to multiple children being involved with the lab and the experiments. So as we know, we have the character 11 and the character 8 as well, so Carly. So what happened to the other experiments? Clearly we have some numbers missing here, so we've got number 1 to 7 missing, 9 and 10, and perhaps they go past the number 11 as well. To add to this, we see 11's mother, so Terry Ives. She has successfully found number 8 in a paper clipping, so in a newspaper article that detailed her kidnapping. So we also see that Terry Ives had other kidnappings she was suspicious of as well, so a few more possible victims that we may learn more about. Which makes me wonder, do we perhaps already have characters within the TV show who have been experimented on, but they're just not aware of it, or maybe they're hiding this information and they will be revealed as the show continues? So I've been doing a bit of research. Now when I say research, I mean watching some documentaries and some conspiracy documentaries around the Montauk Project itself. So just to put this in context around Stranger Things and the Montauk Project if you're unaware. So Stranger Things, the TV show, the concept and the story is loosely based around the Montauk Project conspiracy. So there's a few aspects which are obvious references. So we have the Montauk military base, based closely to an American town. The theory goes that this base has aliens involved with it. It has monsters running around in it at some point, that they were kidnapping children and experimenting on them, building their psychic abilities. We have time travel, we have connections to the Philadelphia experiment, and we have population control, just to mention a few. So as you can see, it's a fantastical story with a rich depth of topics to make a fantastic TV show from. But also, on the darker side, if there is a slight element of truth to these conspiracy theories, it's a chilling situation. And we do know historically governments have done many tests on various populations. Anyway, I better stop myself going down the conspiracy rabbit hole there. Well, back up. So back to Stranger Things. So I've been rewatching some of these documentaries. So concentrating around the kidnappings and the psychic trained soldiers or the psychically trained children, and what possible abilities they had as a possible option for new characters within the Stranger Things TV show. So what we know already, so we have 11 obviously, so she has the abilities of telekinesis, ability to traverse a dimension, opening portals to alternate dimensions is another ability. So number 8, so Carly, she can trick the brain into being in a situation that is fabricated, that she has made herself. So she can use that ability on multiple people at the same time as well. So what else do we have? There are ideas mentioned in many documentaries that I've been watching. So I've just combined a few of them. So the ones I find quite interesting and I think would make really cool characters to add to the TV show. So option number 1, we have many references to time travel within the Montauk theory. So I think that one would be a nice addition to having a character who could time travel. And maybe utilize this in the same way as 11, so really concentrate and travel back in time, maybe a couple of minutes or maybe even longer. Maybe if they were to hold hands with their friends, they could time travel as well. Or even better, what would be another way to approach it would be having this character be able to slow down time and then they can interact with it. I guess similar power to, say, the DC character Flash. Another option, not quite as glamorous as the Time Shifter, but there's many references to trying to unlock 100% of your brain power within the Montauk program itself. Also, it's mentioned many times when people say that they've been involved in these Montauk programs and they're trying to deprogram themselves while trying to unlock the 100% of their brain power after they've been kidnapped. So yeah, the rabbit hole is deep with this one, believe me. But anyway, so unlocking 100% of your brain power. So could one of these characters arrive, be super intelligent, Einstein level, or maybe even more than Einstein level, like Dr. Cockroach PhD, creating weapons and contraptions, anything. It would be pretty awesome. Okay, another character which I think would be quite interesting. One character around making portals. So we have had a few mention around portals around Montauk, so the military utilizing the portals to steal more children. So they would use a portal to get from point A to point B, steal a child, and then experiment on that child. So what if being able to make these portals? So using these portals for their own advantage. So having a portal maker, maybe similar to the Marvel character Doctor Strange. Okay, now on to the final one. This is probably the best for last. Another great option would be the ability to create objects or creatures, and also simulate environments as well. So 8 almost has this ability, but she doesn't seem to have the ability to change the environment around her, only the human perception of the environment. But there's references to in the Montauk Project that kids had the ability to make items, so making inanimate objects would be very powerful. Hey, we need a rocket launcher to fight this Demogorgon. Okay, whip, here you go, here's a rocket launcher. And also another one was the ability to create a creature. So one amazing story from the Montauk Project is about one abductee who managed to conjure up a Bigfoot. And that Bigfoot then proceeded to destroy the base. So that would be pretty cool. And it does also fit nicely into the Stranger Things, kind of the Dungeons and Dragons world, about having maybe a summoner or a warlock or a necromancer. So that would be very interesting indeed. Also the ability to change the environment around themselves. So they could do whatever they want within that environment. So once again, a very powerful character this would be. Almost a super psychic soldier, you could say. Now mentioning this, I wonder if these characters, this one specifically, are possibly already in the show. So we see that someone has created a Demogorgon and the Mind Flayer. Now it could be 11, that's one of my theories all along. But on the other side, maybe these creatures have been created by this super soldier that has this summoner or this warlock. So maybe this is already underway and we'll see this in season 3. So that's 5 suggestions for new characters that are all possibility if the Duffer Brothers are still referring to the conspiracy for inspiration, you could say. But on the other side, I think I might have just combined the Marvel universe and the DC universe into one TV show, and that sounds pretty interesting as well. But either way, it was fun. I like researching this stuff, thinking up these characters, but I shall leave this video here. Let me know if you think I've missed any abilities from the Montauk Project that you think are important, or any aspect of the Montauk Project you want to mention down below in the comments is always interesting. So subscribe for future content. Some new shows coming out in December I aim to cover. So one is Dark on Netflix, which looks very intriguing, and another is Nightfall, which also looks interesting, very similar to the Vikings. I think it's done by the same company. So stay tuned for possibly me covering those. I'll have a look and see how they go. But for this video, I shall leave this here. This is Mesh, and until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you later.